Have you ever been to a guitar store in Germany? Are guitar stores in Germany different? Do they have different guitars than they do in America? Have you ever thought about that? I know I have. Fortunately, I had the chance to go to a guitar store in Frankfurt, Germany, and I set out to find the coolest guitar in the actual store that I went to. So I have this rock star goal, but I don't know that much about gear. I haven't played a lot of different guitars. There's a lot I have to learn, and I haven't set foot into very many guitar stores, and I want to change that. So hopefully this is something I'm going to do a lot more of on this channel, because I do like to travel as well. So it'd be cool to kind of go all over the place and check out a guitar store and what it's like. And I've come up with a checklist of the things I'm looking for at the guitar store. So this list, I gotta think it's gonna change a bit. How can you make a comprehensive list if you don't know that much? But this is what I'm gonna start off with. I hope that you guys will help me put some things on the list of things that I should check for. So let's get started. My wife and I, we live in Europe right now. We're not gonna live in Europe forever, so we're trying to just travel to places. So we went to Germany, to the city of Frankfurt, just to check it out, see what it's like, enjoy the food, check out the history, things like that. And I did some research and looked for a guitar store. I was looking for a guitar store, a music store with a good rating and a lot of ratings, because I figured that would be the most popular. And I found Session Music Store. It wasn't very close to where we were staying in downtown Frankfurt, but it was very easy for me to just jump on the tramway and take a fun ride out to the guitar store. I kind of like doing that stuff too. It's kind of fun to just embrace how people get around. And it's fun to go to a place like a guitar store, which isn't a tourist attraction typically. So it felt like it was kind of on the edge of town in kind of an industrial area. There wasn't much more around it in terms of shopping or anything like that. It was about a 20-minute ride from downtown to the music store. Oh my gosh, there it is. From the few times I've been into a guitar store, I'd probably say 20 times in my life. I would say it was a nice guitar store. It was very big. It was very light. They had windows at the top. They did have a lot of electric guitars. They had bass guitars. They had acoustic guitars. They had a lot to choose from. And I decided I wanted to try out 3 guitars. I was going to find the 3 coolest looking guitars to me around the same price range and give them a try. And what's really cool about this place, they had like 4 practice rooms with like a door you could close and a bunch of amps inside. So it was like the perfect setup for, getting a guitar and giving it a try. And for somebody who's like still not very confident playing in front of others and feeling that I'm still lacking skill, it was awesome, because then I really felt I could get into playing without worrying that the guy is like sitting there watching me or judging me or anything like that. It's like the process was you pick out a guitar, you bring it up to the guy, he tunes it, and then they bring it to you, and then you just start playing, and they don't make you sign in. It didn't seem like there was a time limit or anything like that. I played about each guitar for about 8 to 10 minutes, and it was really nice to have that benefit of a private room and a really nice room. Now, I have one complaint. The guitar seat I had, it kind of smelled like too many asses had been sitting on it. One of the things about going to a guitar store in a different country is I wanted to see what kind of guitars they have in Germany. Do they even make guitars in Germany? And they do. There's a lot of guitars they make in Germany. Okay, the big name brands that Google showed me: Duesenberg, Framus, Hofner, Hoyer Guitars, Hoff, and Lakewood. Before I did this video, I hadn't heard of any of those guitars. And before I went to the guitar store, I looked these up, and I did find a Duesenberg. So that was the first guitar I tried. I tried to find the coolest looking Duesenberg. That was around the $2,000 euro range, because I thought, might as well try a fancier guitar. My current guitar was about 500 euro when I bought it. So like a 500 euro guitar equates to about a $580 guitar, give or take. It's always changing. So I picked out this cool blue type Duesenberg. It's got like the hollow body. I've never played one of those before, and I gave it a try. Here's what it sounded like. So the next guitar I wanted to play was a Gibson Les Paul. I've heard those are the better ones than the Epiphone, and I have never played one. I've played a knockoff. In fact, I used to own a knockoff, and I loved it. I really loved it. So I thought, I gotta play a Les Paul. So I picked which I thought was the coolest looking one. This one was a little bit more expensive than 2,000 euro. I think it was about 2,700 euro. I just had to. It was such a cool looking guitar. So I figured for the last guitar, I should pick a Strat, and I should pick a higher quality Strat, because right now I play a Squire. I love the guitar. I've bonded with it. But when I see like really good guitars, famous guitars, they seem to be playing the standard Fender Strat, like the USA version. You know what? I don't even know. I will learn these things. So as I was looking through the collection of Strats that they had, I didn't take any of the ones off of the, what seemed to me was like the really high-end guitars. They were all around 4,000 to 6,000 euro, and they all were worn. So I'm thinking they were like used vintage guitars. And again, I don't know. So are they making Fender guitars that are artificially worn down? Like, do people wear like sandpaper sleeves or is there a huge market for Fender Strats that have been used forever? I'm guessing that's what's going on. It is probably the cool thing to have. Tell me, if I want to get a cool Strat, should I get a used one that's worn down? Is that the cool thing to do? So I was looking for a new Strat that was around the 2,000 euro range. I found this one right here. It had a black matte finish, which I'd never seen on a Strat before. So I brought the guitar to get it tuned, and the guy helping me started playing it, and he's, oh, it's a Slipknot guitar. And so I guess the band Slipknot, it must be some guitar they helped build or design. And I'm not a Slipknot fan. I still thought it was a cool guitar. A guy standing next to me pointed out that it didn't have a tone knob, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Tell you the truth, I, at this point, don't mess with the tone knob too much yet. I seem to be working so much on technique. So maybe it would suck not to have a tone knob, but anyway. So this is what that guitar sounded like. All right, so I tried 3 guitars, and I do have a favorite, and I'm going to tell you at the end of the video. How did session guitar in Frankfurt, Germany rank? So number 1 on my perfect guitar store checklist, does it have a lot of guitars? I haven't been into a ton of guitar shops, but I'd have to say this one, yes, has a ton of guitars. Plenty to choose from. I was salivating. Does it have a good variety of guitars? Again, with my limited experience, I feel that this store did have a good variety of guitars. There were several guitars, I think on the low end, that I'd never even heard of the brands before. They looked cool. I didn't play any of them. And you know, there's only so much time you can spend in a guitar store before they like want to kick you out. Next on my list, does it have interesting or unique guitars? Again, I'm going to give this one a check because of the guitar stores I've been to in my past, I never noticed a huge collection of used Strats, like Strats that are worn down and had been, you know, used for years. And again, maybe these are vintage Strats. Again, I'm learning here, guys. I'm learning. It seemed like they did have some unique guitars. And of course, they had the Duesenberg, you know, and I had never seen a Duesenberg, and they had a collection of Duesenbergs, in fact. So I thought that was cool. Next on my list, does it have private testing rooms? Yes, check mark for this one. The testing rooms here were awesome. They were big, they were well stocked. They had everything you needed. It was awesome. Did the guitar store have a pro play policy? Meaning, were they like, yeah, go ahead and play the guitars? Did they make it easy to play the guitars? Yes, this place was awesome. All I can say was awesome. I was able to pick out as many guitars as I wanted. The guy didn't seem like he was bothered that I was picking out other guitars. He didn't seem like he was bothered when I didn't buy a guitar. So they get a check mark for that one. Next on my list, how was the staff? I have a feeling when I walk into a guitar store, like I have this anxiety, like I should know more because I'm the age I am, but I don't really know that much. And I'm actually a little intimidated going up to the staff and asking them questions. And again, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying it makes any sense, but that's the feeling I have as a guy this age getting into guitar playing, like big time into it, trying to be really serious about it. I found the staff here to be delightful, very helpful. They didn't make me feel like I was bothering them or anything like that. And I thought one thing that was interesting about this place, I'm in Germany. I walk up to the guy towards the end and he's eating a big pretzel. Like, your quintessential German food. He's just sitting there eating it. I thought that was kind of cool for the experience. The last thing on my list, does it have headless guitar strings? Guitar strings with the balls at both ends. Because I have a travel guitar, a Steinberger, a big no on this one. In fact, when I asked the guy, he almost seemed stumped. He's like, what? They have guitar strings like that? And he actually had to ask another guy, and of course they were talking in German, but the guy's like, headless guitar. So they don't stock headless guitars, and they don't stock strings for headless guitars. So sorry, Session, you got a big X on that one. I would have to say with my experience in guitar stores, it didn't feel any different being in a German guitar store compared to an American one or an English-speaking one. Nothing was weird other than everyone was talking in German and a lot of the signage was in German. That's about it. Hopefully you liked my video. I hope to do more of these videos where I go into guitar stores and check them out. Please let me know if you liked it. Please subscribe to follow along on my journey to become a rock star. And please leave comments, questions down below. I love to interact with you guys because you teach me so much and it's so much fun. See you later. This is it. This is the coolest guitars, I think, right now in Frankfurt, Germany.